When I was a kid, I never really understand why I was being separated from my friends in school, as they'll be walking the other way towards their classes and I'll be walking to a different class. I never quite understand why had to be in a different class with different people who I liked, but then also I wanted to be more with my friends, as when you're a kid, you want to be more with your friends, hang around with them in class, joke around with them, talk to them, whereas I didn't have that chance very much until up to high school. At the time, I didn't really know why I was being separated, as I was struggling in school, especially in my younger years, as I was struggling with basic maths, English, knowing how to write properly. I still do and don't, and then also just struggling to really understand why is the main question. And it seemed like everything was easier for everyone else but me, and I started to just blame myself a lot, and I started to go why is basic maths so easy for my mum to understand, and she's trying to help me with my homework, and I'm being why am I just struggling all the time and I can't seem to understand so quickly. But one day I found something really unusual. In my roll call, you usually have a little red dot in your name, for any diagnosis or whatever, or any sort of special needs. I had that next to my name, going I've never seen that before. Why do I have a red dot next to my name? So I asked teacher, why do I have a red dot next to my name? And then he said well, you've got autism and learning difficulties. That's got into that, so it's just mild autism. And I went what is that exactly? And then I researched it. I'm going okay, this is totally different for me to even know about this, because my parents didn't really tell me much about it. As I suppose in their position, they didn't really know how to tell me, because I wouldn't really understand as a kid. But as I got older, I did understand a whole lot, and that became a bit of a negative thought in my head, especially with having to be in a separate class from everyone else, and being that's the reason why I'm in this, because and I tend to go negative, going I'm too slow, I can't think fast, I can't understand this so quickly. It's just really negative thoughts. But then I just started to understand it a bit more slowly, really slowly. As a teenager, I didn't really thought about it really that much. I just anytime that someone asked me why I was a bit slow in terms of understanding jokes and all that, because I was a sensitive kid as well, and I'll just say to people, I've got mild autism. Sometimes they don't believe me because I don't look like I have it, but I do in here. It's not a physical thing you can see, it's more so just in there. And once you do see it, you see me in person, you see that personality with it, and it's quite funny. It's quite good to have. And as I got older, the voices in my head did start to get louder, as I kept on saying to myself oh, I'm this, I'm dumb, you can't do what others do, especially with the social media side of things. I tend to just have those voices in my head, and it started just getting louder and louder. That's when I turned it into alcohol for most of the time, to just numb things, and that just made me more negative to myself as I got older. But with this those type of stages in people's lives, in my life, you tend to just go you tend to just have that way of just thinking about yourself this is the reason why I'm this, because I've got autism, I've got this, got that. Always negative. And I genuinely believed that for a period of time, until I managed to just get out of my own head and just go, no, this is not the way you end your story. But this is the other way to actually start a better chapter for yourself, to tell a good story. And the fact that I'm standing here today going through weight gain, and then also weight loss, going from 115 kilos to 60 kilos, and then going through stages of depression, going through the stages of believing that autism was something so negative that I went, nah, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. I was always just fearful, scared, people's judgments, about people thinking about me in that way, and always complaining about circumstances, complaining about everything in my life, and going this is the reason why I'm this, and it's always pinned down to autism, and saying all these type of stuff. And I'm you can't just blame that one thing, you gotta take responsibility for some of the things you did, especially spending 16 hours a day playing FIFA doesn't really help, and then while drinking, and then also just although having friends in the Xbox party are fun. Like, those days were pretty fun, I'll definitely tell you that one. But the intoxication and all that, you just can't do that to yourself all the time. You can't be doing it to yourself all the time. And one thing I learned about having negative thoughts and stuff is that they're just thoughts. Like, those first negative thoughts are not your actual thoughts. They're just intrusive thoughts that you just come straight away. As soon as you believe in those thoughts, you start to believe that that's actually you. But once you start believing in positive stuff in that way, you start to incorporate those into your own life. Because every single day when you wake up, and I wake up, we always have a choice of how we're going to feel today. Are we going to feel happy? Are we going to feel sad? Are we going to feel angry about something? We always have a choice to feel something. We always have a choice to feel happy about something. Like, as soon as you wake up in the morning, just go like, this is going to be a great day. And just say, I'm going to feel happy today, I'm going to get this done, I'm going to get this done. Like, today, I didn't really know what to do. So today, I literally just filmed 2 short form videos, and I'm now doing a YouTube video talking about how autism was difficult to live with, and as a child, especially, and then also growing up into my teenage days until I was 20. But yeah, like, I didn't want to be doing this today, but I'm going to because I need to. Because otherwise, my younger self will be pissed off because he's going to be watching me. Oh yeah. Aren't you, little Michael? But that is how autism is difficult to live with for myself. And if any of you who have autism or not special needs and life has been pretty difficult, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. There's always that, which is really, really a good phrase and a good, saying. Because sometimes life can be tough, but that's what makes you tougher. But as long as you do stuff that make you happy, as long as you spend time with people who actually genuinely, I can't say that word, who make you anyways, that make you happy. Okay, let's go. That just make you really happy, and you feel a good energy around them, and they support you with what you want to do. Those are the people that you want for the rest of your life, not the people who pretend to be like that. If they pretend to be like that, just piss them off. But I wish I could tell my younger self this one thing, is that you gotta stop being so hard on yourself. Because when I gained the weight and I stopped doing photography, I stopped focusing on it, and I started focusing on FIFA, drinking and going out and all that, and just messing around with money, spending it on stupid stuff that weren't even necessarily what I wanted to do. I just wanted to impress people. You gotta stop being hard on yourself. You gotta stop being hard on yourself. And the fact that I stopped doing photography for like at least a year and a half, maybe 2 years, the only time I did it was to take photos in holidays or just that. It's never really I want to do it, but I feel like I had to do it. But now, genuinely, I want to do it. I want to be able to capture photos, tell stories, even with videos. I like to tell stories. I like to just get people to relate to me and being able to, like me as a person, trust me as a person, and not just some other YouTuber who's got autism. But like, it's just one thing you gotta understand from my younger self, is that you gotta stop being hard on yourself, because I was always criticizing myself every single time I did anything. YouTube videos, for example, criticizing myself, this has to be better because this person did it, or this person did it. It's always about this person, what this person does. Don't worry about them. Do what you do. Do what you do. You best. This fella right here. Autism didn't even stop me to become who I am. It actually shaped me of who I am today and who I actually want to become. And a little bit of inspiration from Batman as well. So Batman did help me out in terms of becoming of who I am. It's not the full best version of myself, but it will be. Today is my best version. But tomorrow and the rest of the years are going to be different versions of me of every single year. And also, I just want to leave you with this as well. I will be doing a lot more YouTube content and doing a lot more of autism videos, photography videos, and also the POV stuff that I used to do with my daily photography habits, like making photography a habit. Those kind of videos. I got lots of content to be able to share and publish out as well. So please be very keen. a lot more short form content will be out as well, because I know you guys are enjoying it. And if you haven't subscribed but have watched my short form, please subscribe and ring the bell, as you'll get notified of every single thing that I published. Alright, bye bye.